is a shopping mall in San Antonio, Texas that opened in 1960. If you've clicked onto this video, then you know what today is. It's Monday, Mall Madness. Every Monday I'll be releasing a new video on a defunct or maybe not so defunct mall and its history. Make sure you stick around at the very end of the videos. I'd like to see if you, the viewer, are paying attention. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for my latest mall video, defunct store, occasional throwback Thursday, or soda history. Leave a suggestion about a future video or memories of this mall. Thanks. The North Star Mall was the fourth regional shopping complex built by the Maryland's James W. Rouse Company. It was reputed to be the third enclosed shopping mall in the U.S. The mall was developed on a 54-acre tract located 9 miles north of downtown San Antonio. The site was adjacent to a newly completed stretch of the Loop 13 Expressway, later known as Loop I-410 Connolly Loop. The mall was built in phases, with the first phase holding its official dedication on September 23, 1960. Attending the grand opening were Claudia Lady Bird Johnson, wife of Senator Lyndon Johnson, and Nellie Connolly, the First Lady of Texas. A time capsule was to be opened in 1985, was laid as part of the festivities. The fully enclosed mall encompassed 339,000 square feet and housed 42 stores and services. The sole anchor of the mall was a two-level, 62,000 square foot Wolf & Marks department store. The mall's original 50 tenants included Walgreens Drug, Western Auto, Luby's Cafeteria, Lerner's Shops, Singer's Sewing Center, Pet Pantry, National Shirt Shops, an H-E-B supermarket, and an S.S. Kresge 5 and Dime. The original mall featured wooden trellis ceiling treatments, fountains, and a bird aviary. It was touted as the 60 acres of shopping delight. Within a few years of its opening, the mall expanded, added a high-end retailer, a two-screen movie theater, and a two-level parking garage that housed a full-service Texaco station at the corner of Rector Street and McAuliffe Avenue. Construction commenced on Phase 2 of that expansion in February of 1963, which would add an additional 160,000 square feet and 18 stores to the east end of the complex. A large enclosed plaza, the Spanish Court, now fronted on the single-level 44,000 square foot Frost Brothers Fashion Square. The addition was formally dedicated on October 28, 1963. New inline stores included the Vogue, Gildermeister Jewelers, the Branding Iron Restaurant, Gifts Unusual, Pants Parlor, the 1890 Sweet Shop, and Halpern's Fabrics. Wolf & Marks had also been enlarged to 82,000 square feet. North Star Mall now encompassed approximately 543,000 leasable square feet, with a directory of 88 stores and services. On December 25, 1964, the General Cinema Corporation Cinema 1 and 2, North Star Mall, showed its first features. The theater extended from the new eastward addition, but was not accessible from the enclosed shopping concourse. By that time, the mall had its competitors, with its main competitor being the Central Park Mall, which was built in 1968. Other shopping malls in the vicinity would later include the Wonderland Mall, Macrillis Shopping City, Ingram Park Mall, and the Rolling Oaks Mall. The third phase happened in March of 1969, the La Fuente del Sol, or Fountain of the Sun expansion. It was centered around a large court area with greenery and a stunning water feature. 14 stores joined the tenant list, including Joan Barry, Chandler's Shoes, the Courtyard Restaurant, Russell Stover's Candies, and a 4-level, 204,000 square foot San Antonio-based Josky's. The existing twin cinema was incorporated into the enclosed mall at this time, and a two-level 600-car parking deck built in the southeast corner of the site. With these improvements, the North Star Mall covered approximately 728,200 leasable square feet, with a total of over 111 stores and services under its roof. In 1970, Wolf & Marks closed. It would be renamed Road Southwest. Meanwhile, Frost Brothers Fashion Square had opened a second retail level in October of 1972, which enlarged the store to 93,000 square feet. A few years later, Road Southwest would close, and it would reopen as a rebranded Liberty House Rhodes. In 1974, the Rouse Company sold a 63% share to Radamco, and on August 8, 1977, Liberty House Rhodes would drop the Rhodes and simply be called Liberty House. In 1979, the mall gained its most iconic tenant, a $20,000 pair of 40 feet high cowboy boots designed by Texas artist Bob Daddy-O Wade. They were touted as being the world's largest pair of cowboy boots. Among the memories, some people could remember the cage with the mynah birds where you could hear them throughout the original building. Others recall the North Star Mall as being the haven for weary shoppers looking to get out of the Texas heat and into the air-conditioned landscape of this shopping paradise. The time capsule was scheduled to be opened in 1985. The next mall renovation was done in the early 1980s. The H-E-B supermarket and Walgreens Drug on the West End was razed and replaced in March of 1981 with a three-level, 204,000 square foot Houston-based Foley's. In 1981, the Liberty House closed. In 1982, the vacant Liberty House space was reconfigured. A mall within a mall, known as the Star Court, occupied the main level of the building and was flanked by stores such as Brooks Fashions, Montalvo's, Mission Jewelry, and Jade Tree Oriental Furniture. Apparently, the mall's first food court was also situated in this area. The basement level was reconfigured as the music court, which included a record store, musical instrument store, expensive toys for big boys, and an Oshman Sporting Goods. A parking garage at the northeast corner of the mall was also completed in 1983. A fifth addition to the North Star Mall was undertaken in the mid-1980s. The expansion added two-level concourses to the existing mall. A two-level, 104,000 square foot Saks Fifth Avenue anchored the new northeast wing, which opened for business on November 2nd, 1985. A three-level, 178,000 square foot Marshall Fields stood at the end of the new northwest wing. This store welcomed its first shoppers in October of 1986. The upper level of the northwest wing included a 14-bay food court, which was the second culinary complex to operate in the mall. A third parking structure was built at the northwest corner of the complex. Moreover, Foley's was enlarged to 256,000 square feet in the northward extension. A shuttered twin cinema was also gutted and reconfigured as more inline store space. With these modifications, the mall now had over 1.2 million leasable square feet, contained 210 stores and services, as well as had a fourth parking structure which was added to the southwest corner of the complex in the early 1990s, increasing the parking capacity of all lots and garages for over 7,000 cars. In April of 1987, Josky's closed. It was rebranded as Dillard's. In mid-1989, Frost Brothers was liquidated and closed. Its former store space became a Mervyn's on October 25, 1992. A Gucci store previously located inside Saks Fifth Avenue relocated to a new two-level store which was adjacent to the Saks Fifth Avenue. In January of 1997, Marshall Field's closed. It reopened as Macy's on June 6, 1997. In early 2002, the Rouse Company acquired 95% share of the mall owned by Rodamco Europe and reestablished full ownership. General Growth Properties acquired the Rouse Company in 2004 and assumed full ownership of the North Star Mall. In 2004, General Growth Properties announced a major facelift for the shopping center, which was completed in 2005. This project installed soft seat areas, tile flooring, landscaping, and new ceiling treatments. Mall entrances were also rebuilt and the food court refurbished. In July of 2005, Macy's closed. On September 9, 2006, Foley's closed and reopened as Macy's, which returned to the North Star Mall after a 14-month hiatus. On July 29, 2007, JCPenney opened a store in the old Marshall Field Macy's building. The most recent anchor alteration at the North Star Mall transpired after the closing of Mervyn's in December of 2008. The new Apple store opened in 2008 as well. The vacant building and a strip of inline stores running along its north side were rebuilt into 8 new retail spaces. Forever 21 opened a 2-level, 80,000 square foot store on August 28, 2010. Renovations were made that included the mall's interior and exterior, including the addition of a 10-foot letters outside the mall spelling out North Star. The remaining slots were taken by Aldo Shoes, Guess Accessories, Vera Bradley, Guess by Marciano, Cachet, Sunglass Hut, and Marble Slab Creamery. Brookfield Property Partners, based in Hamilton, Bermuda, acquired a share of General Growth Properties in 2016. Crime is no stranger to this mall as well, especially gun violence. In 2017, a postal carrier was shot and the suspect fled into the mall. In August of 2018, Brookfield established 100% ownership of the corporation. In 2023, the mall experienced a rash of shootings at the mall. In June, police say one man was gunned down in the mall. In November of 2023, a shooting inside a Macy's store at North Star Mall had some shoppers rethinking about whether they want to visit the shopping center again. This was the third incident involving gunfire on the mall's property within less than 6 months. In that latest shooting, San Antonio police said a 29-year-old woman working as a loss prevention officer inside Macy's suffered a leg wound. In May of 2024, a 31-year-old man accused of pulling another man more than twice his age down a North Star Mall escalator was arrested. In February of 2025, Chinese Gourmet Express in Shinsei, Japan, closed at the food court. Today, the 1.2 million square foot mall is anchored by a Dillard's, JCPenney, Macy's, Saks Fifth Avenue, and Forever 21. It has over 200 specialty stores, some exclusive to the San Antonio market, including the Armani Exchange, Build-A-Bear Workshop, MAC Cosmetics, and Oakley. Congratulations! You made it this far into the video.
When I find you.
Pop quiz, hotshot.
So let's see how close you were paying attention to my video. So how many anchor stores closed or changed their names at this mall? So if your answer is 8, give yourself a hand. You were paying attention. Thanks for watching. So what do you remember about this mall? Leave a comment or some more details that I may have missed, or maybe even a suggestion for a future mall video you would like to see. Don't forget to hit that like button and please subscribe to Eric C. Productions. Thanks for watching.